Hello. I have a little bit of a dilemma. So I thought about what the boys were going to eat since Kate is going to be at her meetings, Thought about what the boys were going to eat this week, but I didn't quite think about what myself was going to eat for the most part. So I have two options. I could whip up some sloppy joes and eat that for dinner, or I can make an egg sandwich. And I don't know which one to do. Oh, that's a whole big fiasco. They ended up having to drive. They're currently about a quarter of the way there. How are you doing, Aaron? But everybody in our house is feeling better as of now. I think I'm just going to do an egg sandwich. Just egg because I don't have any bacon or ham or sausage or anything like that. But that's okay. I like just an egg sandwich. Egg sandwich is definitely quicker. I'm just going to put eggs in a skillet. So I think I'm just going to do an egg sandwich. Mainly because I'm lazy. Dang. I checked Katie's lymph nodes and they seem like the swelling's coming back, so. No, I have to make this up. I gotta brown the ground beef and all that jazz. Splash of egg. I mean, a splash of egg? Nope, I meant a splash of milk. Some pepper. Hey, how are you? And then some salt. I'm just making an egg sandwich because I didn't think of what I was going to eat while Zach was gone. I only thought about what the kids were going to eat. So there's that. Well, if the swelling in her lymph nodes aren't gone by the 29th, we're going to have to do blood work and an ultrasound just to be safe. So I got my eggs in the skillet. Now I need to put my toast in my bread in the toaster to make it toast. See, I don't like corn dogs. I don't like hot dogs. No need to be sorry, E. We all understand here when people have things going on. Nope, that's not what I wanted. I better have 2 pieces of toast in there. I'm so glad, E. Yeah, me too, Lori, but it is what it is. We'll get through it, whatever. No. I mean, the good thing is, since the swelling did go down with the antibiotics, chances are it's just an infection, so we'll probably just have to do another round of antibiotic. Um, so. Yo, my kitchen is a mess, my living room is a mess, my life is a mess. I took all weekend off cleaning. I should have done more than 2 eggs, but this'll work. I'm so glad your blood works are coming back on a more positive side. Maybe not completely positive, but more positive. I've been kind of MIA when it comes to YouTube, too. If I'm being perfectly honest, I haven't really felt like watching videos. Yes, and you guys, some of you know what's going on, some of you don't, but Mimi's family, if you could really pray for them, they're going through it. It's a really sad situation, a crazy situation also. Good. I'm going to keep praying, E, that those numbers keep going in a positive direction. I gotta film that taste test video for that package Janice sent me tomorrow. I've been meaning to do it, but things got crazy here. So. I know I shouldn't say this, but I don't want them to come back to me. I want them to go to somebody else who needs them more than me. Yes. I'm not going to go into detail here. I will just say that Mimi's family, her husband's family, had a very tragic and crazy loss yesterday. So just keep them in your prayers. I'll get it. Hold on. Oh, let me check my toast. Perfecto. Good night, Aaron. Which way do these breads go together? Am I a weirdo that has to like make sure my breads match up when I make a sandwich? There we go. Goes like that. I know a lot of people think this is nasty, but I gotta do my Miracle Whip. Miracle Whip. Miracle Whip. I'm gonna make my sandwich and then I'm gonna go get what I got in the mail today from our good friend Mrs. Claus. Yeah. And also, like, for no specific reason, y'all. Also be praying for Kat. Like, y'all probably have noticed she hasn't been on. She's just taking a break, but just pray. Let's just pray for everybody. You know? We thought 2022 was going to be our year, but obviously not, and that's okay. Yeah, see, my husband always gets mad because when I make him like buttered toast or peanut butter toast, I don't, or like when I make him a sandwich, he likes the big sides of the bread to be on the inside and the small parts of the bread to be on the outside, but I just have to make sure they're lined up correctly, so. Let me go get my package today, and then I'll sit down and I'll eat. You guys, I'm so excited. This is what I'm going to be doing aside from getting my house in order while my husband is gone. Oh, no, he didn't. Yeah, Kat, I mean, she just needed to take a little break, which is fine. But let's just pray for her. Everybody needs prayer, so. I'm going to show you guys this, and then I'm going to get my sandwich, and then we're going to eat. And yes, it's a Christmas one, but so Mrs. Claus, I was telling her how I've really been wanting to do a Thomas Kincaid puzzle, the Disney ones. And so she got me a Christmas Disney one. It's got Minnie Mouse, Pluto, Mickey and a little baby Mickey, Donald Duck, Huey Dewey. There's no Louie, but Goofy, Pete, Daisy. Just a lot of the characters. So, yeah. When I before I started my channel, I had been thinking about it for a long time. Even before I found the community that most of us are no longer a part of, I had been thinking about it. And all the advice I had ever gotten was, don't bring religion or politics into it. And I wholeheartedly agree with the politics. Like, we can talk about it if we can be, civil human beings about it, even if we disagree. But I don't feel like you should hide your faith. And I firmly believe that there is a difference between having your faith and religion. I feel religion is a social construct, whereas your faith and your beliefs are something completely separate from that, whether it's God, whether it's Christianity, Judaism, Hinduism, Catholicism, Buddhism, Hinduism, all those things. I feel like the faith and belief in that is completely different than the construct of religion. And so I feel like we can all talk about our faith and we can all talk about what we believe in here, whether it's the same or different. Because like Leroy, he doesn't believe in Jesus and God. He believed, I can't remember what he said his religion was, what his beliefs were, but yes, the flying spaghetti monster. Actually, we have a church for that around here. Mm-hmm. So, while Zach's gone, my mom wants to come do the live Q&A. So I need to talk to her more and see which day. Oh, there he is. Oh, even Chippendale's on here. I can't wait to put this together. Anyways, my mom wants to do the live Q&A. Hooga, hooga, hooga. I'm gonna figure out what day works for her, but we will have to do it earlier in the evening, so probably around 6 p.m. my time, because she has to get up early in the morning for work and stuff, so we have to do it a little earlier. So, if y'all could Instagram me or email me or comment on a video some questions you have for us, that'd be great, but I think I'm gonna pull some off, like the internet too. I 100% believe in God too, but I also have this belief that I don't think any one religion in the world has it right. And I think if you take bits and pieces of every religion, if you could find what the bits and pieces that every religion has correct and pluck them out and put them together from each religion, then you would have the perfect thing, like the truth. Yeah. Like if you get to, because I've studied several different religions and they've all evolved and changed over time. Like, let's be real. Christianity today isn't what it was 1,000 years ago. Like, people have twisted things and contorted things and changed so many things. But if you got back down to the root of every religion out there and where it started and the beliefs that it started in, you would learn that a lot of them started in the same core beliefs and fundamentals. Whether they believe in God, Allah, multiple gods, whatever it may be, they all started in the same beliefs and fundamentals of be a good person, and all that. And that's the sad thing. With the way Christianity is these days, people think that way. And it's sad. And as Christians, we preach, don't judge, don't do this, but we make people not a part of our religion, not all of us, a lot of them, a lot of Christians make people scared because all we do is judge and criticize and condemn, and it's not right. Taoism? What's that? Like, if I ever decided to take, college courses, I would do it on religious studies. I find that stuff so fascinating. Taoism? What's that? Like, look, some people try to tell me that because I'm a Christian who believes in God, that I can't believe in aliens, right? But my question is, our universe is so far and vast. And my brain kind of thinks like this. You know how y'all are gonna, I think I've said this before, but y'all are probably gonna like disown me after I say this. You know how scientists, um, they have different like mazes for mice who have different rewards at the end, who, go through different trials and stuff. Um, to get to the cheese, right? Well, to conceptualize God in my head, I view him as the scientist, and we are the mice in the mazes being put through different trials, tribulations, and things to get to the end, correct? But scientists do a lot of experiments. And I find it hard to believe that we're his only experiment. You know what I mean? Like, as we as Christians, can we really believe that God made Earth, could make all of this happen, and then would only put one place in the entire universe with living creatures on it? I just find that too hard to believe. Now, that doesn't mean I believe there's like gooey green things out in the universe. I mean, who's to say they don't look similar to us? But I do believe there are aliens out there. Yeah. I mean, and truly, will we ever really know? Did you hear the news? The Senate, the Supreme Court, the House, I don't know what it was, but they passed a bill to make daylight savings permanent in 2023. All Joe Biden has to do is sign it. So that means we will fall back in the fall, spring forward again in the spring, and then we're just going to stay that way. It's not going to change again after that. I heard today, Eve. So we were always taught in history class that it was like for farmers. But then I heard today that it was actually like in 1909, like Canada started using it, but it didn't come like worldly popular until like 1916 during the World War when the Germans deemed it necessary so they wouldn't have to use so much fuel for light and they could save it for the war efforts. That's what I heard. I don't know if that's true. Well, see, for us, it doesn't get light here until like 7:30. Huh. Like something I've been mm, interesting. I've been wondering, just from like being an adult and searching out knowledge on my own and finding out that there are things that are wrong in our history books. How much of our history books are correct and how much of them are wrong? Or maybe not how much of it is wrong, but how much of it was left out. Yeah. I want to go to what's it called? Don't know. Um, a thing where they like balance you. I don't know what it's called. Yeah. And you know what I also don't understand? Why some parents get so angry about some of the things that are taught in school. Like, because I know in like world history, there's a unit on different religions, and then you've got the uh, teaching evolution and science, and kids get so angry. Um, like, do you not want your kids to know what else is out there? And people are like, that's not how I'm raising my kids. Like, if you don't have enough faith in yourself to raise your kids with the morals and the beliefs that you want them to have, then maybe you shouldn't be raising kids. Yeah. Like, I, for one, why do I look so orange? I, for one, want my kids to learn all of that other stuff and come to their own conclusions and make their own choices and what they want to believe. You know, oh, I don't know. It's a mess. Yeah, yeah. Um, and me too. I mean, do I make my kids pray before we eat dinner? Yes. Yes, I do. But I also talk to them about other religions and things in an age-appropriate way, and when they ask me questions, I give them the answer. And I thought I heard somebody walking in my house, but I guess I didn't. Um, See, and I guess I'm just different from people because yes, I like to have people like-minded people around me, but I also like to have people of differing opinions around me. Yeah. I mean, and because, I want to hear what other people have to say. I want to hear what other people believe, and I want, because I feel like even in every disagreement, there is a common ground. Yeah. I mean, I believe in, I shouldn't say every disagreement, but in a majority of disagreements, your belief, your opinions, when you get to the root of them, there is some common denominator. You know what I mean? So, like my adopted dad, when he lost his son, he lost his faith. Um, I do think now, since my kids have been born and you know, he's coming around. But even we would have discussions. Yeah, yeah. I mean, and my kids have asked me straight up, Mom, how do you know God's real? And my answer to them is, factually speaking, I don't know he's real. I've never seen him. I've heard him, I believe, and I've felt him, I believe. Um, but that's the point of faith. You can't always see what you believe, and you can't always hear what you believe, and you can't always feel what you believe, physically feel and see and hear. But that's what faith is, right? And it is what it is. And I mean, I'm sure there's going to come a time where, my kids have to go what I went through, where they, maybe don't quite believe, and they've got to go on their own spiritual journey. You know, and it's like I tell people, Lori, it's okay in horrible situations where you lose a loved one, whether that be a friend, a parent, an aunt, an uncle, a cousin, God forbid, a child, or in E's case, you get a terminal diagnosis. It's okay. It's because in church they'll tell you you can't be mad at God. You can't ask God why. No, you can be mad. You can be mad. You can blame God. You can be mad. You can be angry, and you can ask why, as long as you don't lose your faith. You know, as long as you keep your faith, as long as you still believe that He is there, um, it's okay. It's okay to yell and scream at God. It's okay to, do those things. I think this is going to be my snuggle partner for the week. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to sleep in my big giant bed or on the couch. Yeah, E, but there's nothing you could have done. I believe, here's what I believe. I believe God writes our story, right? Before we're even a thought. But I believe he writes it as a choose your own adventure. And you come to points in your life where choices you make because we have free will and the things that we do are us choosing our own adventure and it takes us down different paths. Um, but I think there are commonalities between each way that the story could go, and there are things that will inevitably happen in our lives. Like, for example, um, we're not exactly. So, like, when I graduated high school, that was a point to choose my own adventure. Was I going to go off to college or not? Had I chosen to go off to college, hey, sifting some soil, how are you? Um, have I had I chosen to go off to college, I don't know what my life would look like. But I do think I still, at some point in my life, um, um, I would have still had my 4 miscarriages and I would have still had 3 children. Do I think they would be the same children? Absolutely not. But I would still have 3 children. I would have still had my miscarriages. I feel like those are inevitable things that would have happened either way. Um, I chose not to go to college, and maybe I experienced those things a little earlier than I would have, you know? Moving? Where are you moving to? Hey, Nikki, you so fine, you blow my mind. Hey, Nikki. Hey, Nikki. Yep, we do rock, Kuga. We do. Um, I don't know. I just have, I don't know, I feel like, yeah, but I feel like he read it more as a choose your own adventure type book. Luca was born, okay, so, y'all know about my best friend, my adopted parents' son, who passed away when I was like 10, 9 or 10. I had another best friend who passed away when I was 19. And almost a year to the day, Katie was born. And I firmly believe, so my best friend passed away on June 12th, and Katie was born on June 14th. Her due date was June 11th. And I remember praying and praying so hard that she would come before the 12th. Um, And she didn't. And so then when midnight struck on the 12th, I remember praying so hard that she would not come. And she didn't. But I firmly believe that that was God's way of giving me a piece of my best friend back. And then Delson, somebody had passed away. Who was it? Right before. Also, my adopted mom's mom passed away right before I found out I was pregnant with Katie. So I also feel like she has a piece of both of them in her. And then somebody had passed away not long before Delson was born. I'm trying to remember who it was. Um, I can't remember for the life of me. But someone had passed away within like a year of Delson being born. And then Luca, he was, y'all are going to think this is crazy. And this is probably going to be a little too much information. Luca was conceived almost a year to the day that my husband's grandpa passed away. And Luca was born less than a month after my husband's grandpa's birthday. And my Luca's middle name is after my husband's um, almost less than a month after my husband's grandpa's birthday. And his middle name is after my husband's grandpa. Yeah. I need to try and remember. It's been almost 7 years ago. No, almost 6 years ago now that he was conceived. So I'm trying to remember. Was it my great grandpa? No, because I wasn't married yet. I can't remember. My brain's not working right now. But yeah, I keep telling everybody that nobody can, get their wings right now because it seems like every time somebody close to me or my husband passes, we end up pregnant. So, no thanks. It's sad. Life is sad. Life is happy. Life is a mess. But it's all good. I saw this funny picture on Facebook today. It was of Squidward shaking Mr. Krabs. Aww. I was just talking to my husband about this the other day too. Why can't I remember? 6 years ago. Mm, Um, well, I don't know what the percentage is for Delson, but I found out I was pregnant. And then about a week later, had what we were certain was a miscarriage because my HCG levels went down, almost down to 0, but I quit going to have them checked because I just couldn't handle it. And 30 days later, found out that I was indeed pregnant, except for we hadn't done the deed in that time frame from the miscarriage to when I found out I was pregnant with Delson. So there are two options. I didn't actually have a miscarriage, or he was a twin and I miscarried his twin. I'll never know what the truth is. I'm going more so with the twin because I had been through a miscarriage before and I know what those look like and feel like, and I'm fairly certain that's what it was. But I'm trying to think. I can't. My brain won't do it. Because, see, Delson was born 2 months after our 1-year wedding anniversary. Exactly, Lori. And I think God and our angels up there in heaven brought us all together because they knew how much we needed each other. Yeah. Yeah. And I cannot ever say this enough, just how extremely thankful I am for all of you. You guys have been a blessing to me. Um, in a time when I really needed it. Both, especially in the emotional sense. I love you, Nikki. I love all of you. Um, yeah, y'all are awesome. Y'all are rock stars. Y'all are badasses. And I want to say this: no matter no matter what the outcome is, uh, what's KFG? Uh, and no matter, well, I'm gonna get emotional, you guys. No matter how small in the grand scheme of things, the blip that I get to know you guys are, whether I get to know you for, well, I've known you all, most of y'all, for a year now, whether it's a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, no matter how small that blip of time is, I will forever be thankful and grateful for it. Because you all have blessed me. You all have helped me through some pretty rough times emotionally, mentally. Some of y'all in some financial ways, in ways that I never thought could be a thing that I didn't even know I needed. And you guys truly are some of the best people I've ever met. Well, we think you're awesome, Aaron, and we think your doctors are awesome as long as they take good care of you. And I'm going to keep praying. I'm going to keep praying for a miracle for you, Aaron. And not because I want to be selfish, not because I want to be selfish and keep you here because you're my friend, but because I think you deserve it. And I think your son and your husband deserve it. And whether that miracle is you wake up one day and you're cured, or that miracle is you get another 10 years. I'm whatever that is. I pray for that for you every day. I don't know what your diagnosis is. I don't know anything about it. But I pray and I know you have won already beaten odds and you will continue to beat the odds. Um, y'all are rock stars. Just believe that and know that. And I'm better because of y'all. Okay, guys, now that we've got our sappy business out of the way for the week, I'm gonna jump off here, close up my windows, lock my doors, tuck in on the couch or in the bed, I'm not quite sure which yet, and turn on some true crime to make me feel better about being at home. But Aaron, they don't look at it that way. Don't look at it as they had to die to save your life. Think of it as it was their time. God called them home. And because their soul left their body, they decided to pass on um, the gift of life to you because it's not your time. God's not ready to call you home. I know it's hard to change your perspective on things like that, but it's the truth. If it was your time and God was ready to call you home, He wouldn't open that door for you. All right. And you could also look at it this way. If you get that transplant, you will be carrying around a piece of somebody else's loved one and you can meet them and hug them and give them the opportunity to at least hug a piece of their loved one more time. Oh yeah, I'm an organ donor. I want to be an organ donor, and I also told my husband I want him to donate my body to science. I don't need it anymore. All right. I love you guys. I'm praying for you guys all of the time. Um, pray for this community. Pray for Zach as he travels to Pennsylvania. And I will see you guys maybe tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. There will be a video tomorrow, but maybe I'll pop on live since I'm here by myself. Maybe I'll do a live every day. I don't know. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.